Hello, this is Dave Robinson, race director of the Fenelon Falls Turkey Trot. We're here today at Garnet Graham Park on beautiful Cameron Lake in Fenelon Falls. This is the site of the annual race. The date is Saturday, October 12th, 10 a.m., right here at Garnet Graham Park. This is a health and fitness event for the community with proceeds going to the local Santa Day. We have 3 distance options available for race participants. We have a 1K for the families, of a 5K and a 10K, and all the races start and finish here right here at Garnet Graham Park, and we use the Kawartha Rail Trail. The event has been going since 2016. It was originally owned by Brad Fraser, a local fitness guy and insurance broker who started the race for the community. I bought it off him in 2022, so this is my 3rd year now. Yeah. I'm naturally an athletic person, do a lot of different sports, keep in shape, and I just noticed that there weren't a lot of these type of things in the community. There's maybe 1 or 2, and there's nothing in October. So it's a health and fitness event, try to get people to come out, get in shape, and it's a really good thing to do on Thanksgiving weekend because you're probably going to overeat. So you can come out and have a run and then celebrate the rest of Thanksgiving. We've been very, very lucky. It's always pretty nice weather. October weather, it's pretty cool, so it's a good opportunity to run. And the fall colors here are fantastic. To register at FenlandFallsTurkeyTrot.ca, click on the registration button and follow the links. It is a family event. Everyone's welcome. We have some really fast runners. We have medium runners. We have walkers. We also have some prizes for best volunteer, best costume, and most dedicated runner. So typically have people that may take up to 2 hours, but they've been running or walking for many, many years. So we want to make sure we recognize those people. So we're here with Janet Gard, former race champion and accomplished runner. So Janet, tell me, you're a former race champion. You've done this race many, many years. What does this race mean to you?
This is my absolutely favorite race of the year. I've done a lot of high-level races, but this one, it's just such a great community event. The course is absolutely perfect. It's flat, it's fast, and you cannot beat the trees at the time of year of this race. The October leaves are out of this world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. I see you're wearing your Boston Marathon jersey. You completed the event in 2022. Tell us about that. Was that a great experience?
Boston was incredible. It's 30,000 people running, and then hundreds of thousands of people screaming your name as you run by. It's an experience I strive to for my whole life, and when I finally got there, it was absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. But that being said, the Turkey Trot is still my favorite race, mm-hmm. even over the Boston Marathon.
Wellesley School for Girls, you went through that part?
I sure did. Screaming, yelling. You can get a kiss if you want to as you run by them. It's really, truly incredible.
So in addition to running, she's giving back to the sport by doing some coaching. She was recently featured in a magazine, Women in Coaching. She's being very good at that. She does a lot of track and field coaching. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I was one of 3 women selected to be featured in the coaching magazine, the Canadian Journal Women Coaching Magazine. And they did an article on our coaching over the years and what it's like to be a woman coach and just our contributions to the sport. So to date, I have convened over 50 track meets and 30 cross-country races. And so it just highlighted the contributions and the struggles and the, the wins.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Janet, maybe you could tell us a little bit more of the key things that you remember about the race.
I've raced the race, I think, since its beginning, and it's always been a well-organized event, but since David took it over, it's gone up a notch for sure. I love the thrill of the start line as you charge towards the lake and towards the rail trail. The rail trail is stunning, as I said, at this time of the year. The leaves and the colors, and the gravel is very soft on your body to run on. It's not a tough terrain, it's flat. And then it's got a turning point. It's out and back, which is also one of my favorites because you get to see people. Often we high five each other. If you know the runner on the other side, you give them a high five or a fist pump, and it's just such an incredible feeling. And then when you hit the finish line, you watch the other people come in, or they have watched you come in, and it's really such a great community event. I can't recommend it anymore. My own kids run it. My younger son was on the champion board at one time for the 1K. I love the race. Couldn't love it anymore.
Janet, just tell us a little bit about race morning. What does that look like?
Well, usually I come in really early, like 6 o'clock, and I meet with you, and then I get the tables for the water station with my husband, and we drive them out to the trail. There's 2 water stations out there, which we serve Gatorade and water, and we put them up, and then I come back here and we load up the food and we put it all out for the day, and then when everything's set up, I start my warm up for the run, and I just do a little jog and a little stretch, and we have a community led warm up here too, which is also amazing. But usually by that time I'm pretty warmed up, so it's a great family event.
So what's a typical week of running for you?
When I'm running for marathons, about 85 kilometers is my bread and butter. Right now, I'm more around the 55 range. It just depends on what I'm training for. I'm hoping to do another marathon in October, and then hopefully qualify for Boston once again.
I'd like you to also meet Russell Gibson, right here from Fenelon Falls. He's a former race champion, very accomplished runner, and he's got a few words to say about the race. Okay, we're here with Russell Gibson from Fenelon Falls. Russell is a very accomplished runner. He's a former race champion and record holder. Tell me, Russell, what does this race mean to you?
This event is just a great activity that happens right at a very lovely time of year for the town. There's still a lot of activity, and it's a great excuse to bring the family or just meet a bunch of people within your community and outside your community too as it grows. And the trail itself, the rail trail, I've run up it countless times. It's a beautiful trail right along the lake. Especially with that time of year when the fall colors really start to come in, it's wonderful.
Right. So you're an accomplished runner. I'm pretty sure the viewers would like to hear a little bit more about your training. What do you do to get ready for a race like this?
Well, for a race like this, I try to stay loose and limber. This particular year, it's the race is about 2 weeks after the Montreal Marathon, which I plan on running, and then the Toronto Waterfront Marathon is about 2 weeks after, so it'll be a nice little in-between for me. So the key is just making sure I'm listening to my body, stretching, and staying in, keeping good form, maintaining good form.
So of all the races you've done, say the marathons, what would be your favorite marathon?
I'm a bit impartial to Ottawa, the Ottawa International Marathon, because I used to live in Ottawa, and I used to live pretty close to the start line, so that was really convenient. But the race course takes you past a lot of the major national landmarks and monuments, which is also just a great site. It goes along the Ottawa River. In some previous years, you've gone up briefly into Gatineau, Quebec, which is also quite nice.
Right. Any thoughts of doing some of the big American ones, New York, Chicago, Boston maybe?
I've been consistently improving in my marathon time, and I'm hoping if I continue to do that, I can do a sub 3-hour marathon and eventually qualify for Boston for my age and demographic. Right. And we'll see where it goes from there. It's something I've always enjoyed, running long distance, and I hope to maintain that.
Right. Okay, Russell, when did you start doing this race, and how much improvement have you seen over the years you've been coming to the race?
I first started this race when I moved to town for my job at the brewery back in 2019. I've sort of been doing it consistently each year. I was sort of maintaining my high level, but then I really improved my time in the last 2 years, cutting my the 10K results from about 41 minutes down to about 38 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to see if I can continue that.
Right. Do you do any special speed work, anything to increase your speed?
There's actually a fantastic hill that's just right around the corner, a large, they call it the gravel pit, the locals, and it's a very steep hill, and it's a lot of great training, builds up the calf muscles to try to run up and down there. The little snowshoe trail that's accessible even in the winter is also a great little hidden gem just around the area. So I like to go on those trails for hills training, and then I'll do some speed work, and at least once a week I try to do a long run as well.
So, Russell, once you finish the race, and hopefully you will win and get some prize money, what would you do for the rest of the day?
Well, family's going to be down with me, and usually our Thanksgiving weekends, at least for the last little while, has been a mix of spending at home here in town and then intermixing, visiting the various shops and restaurants that are in the town. I'm a bit biased toward the brewery myself because I work there, but there's a lot of other great restaurants, a lot of great pubs and takeout food, and lots of great boutiques, shops, clothing stores, antique stores, a great way just to just spend a weekend is just doing the short little route of the loop in town.
A little village, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And last of all, we have Mary Lee Boston from the Fenland Chamber of Commerce. She's going to talk a little bit about the village of Fenelon Falls. It's a 150-year anniversary this year, and she's going to talk a little bit about tourism and what these events mean to the village. Okay, we're here with Mary Lee Boston from the Fenelon Falls Chamber of Commerce. Mary Lee, what does the Fenelon Falls Chamber of Commerce do?
Oh, it's a long answer, but in short, we represent local businesses and community organizations. We help be an advocate. We help promote business, encourage businesses to come. We do member events, lots of networking so people can get to know each other, collaborate. There's so many great, skilled, knowledgeable people here, and we want people to get to know each other. We do community events to help promote Fenelon Falls as a destination. We also run the tourism office, so in the summer we're really busy talking to boaters and just letting people know all the great things there are to do in Fenelon Falls.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit more about the tourism aspect. These events like the Turkey Trot and other events that are going on, what does that mean to the village of Fenelon Falls?
Well, the Turkey Trot is a great event because it's in the shoulder season. And so we absolutely love being able to promote an event that you're doing that brings people in the quieter time. And it's such a beautiful time of year. And it also supports our businesses and our restaurants, helping them extend their season. And it's nice to come to Finland when it's a little bit quieter and you can just enjoy all the things that are still the beach park and the locks. That's the last weekend they're open. So it's just great to have something like the Turkey Trot in October.
So Mary Lee, the donation that we make to the community is for the Fenelon Falls Santa Day, which is the last Saturday of November. Can you talk a little bit more about Santa Day?
Sure. Santa Day is kind of our premier winter event, and it brings hundreds, perhaps thousands of people to the community. So support from organizations like the Turkey Trot is amazing to help that continue to be a standout event. People come from all over to Finland. It's a family thing. They come for the weekend and they just get to see Finland in a different season and make tons and tons of great memories. So we really appreciate the partnership between the Turkey Trot and the Santa Day Committee, and as they help you with their volunteers, you're helping them do their event. So you know what, small towns only happen because people work together.
Mary Lee, I'm advertising this as a community event. My little slogan this year is come for the run, stay for the quaint shops and the restaurants and the fall colors. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's going on Thanksgiving weekend in Fenelon Falls?
So Thanksgiving, the shops and restaurants will be open, and if anyone wants to find out events that in particular that are happening, just visit explorefenlandfalls.com or check out our Instagram and Facebook pages, and we will have up-to-date information about events, details, locations, and people can plan their weekend in Fenelon Falls.
Great, thank you. When we started out, we only had 2 sponsors. Now we've got over a dozen. And they make financial contributions and contributions of product in kind, and that helps cover the expenses of the race and gives us enough to make a pretty good donation to the Santa Day. Santa Day occurs on the last Saturday of November, and it's an awesome day. We get many, many hundreds of people come out, and it's a fantastic event for the community. It's very well attended. They get hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's a very, very good parade. So I just followed along with Brad Fraser, the former owner. Him and his family went to the parade, and his wife said, you know, you should make a donation. So he started out making a few $100s, and I just kept going with that. And it works for me because they come out and do the volunteering, and I make a donation. So we're now at the platinum level, the highest level for a donation, and my pledge this year is $2,500. Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, we started out with a fairly modest amount of people, and we kept growing it. And we're doing a lot of advertising in a variety of different media, and it just keeps going. So We had about 250 last year. We're adding another 100 to 350. We'll see how that goes. We don't have a particularly big park and we don't have a lot of volunteers. We think maybe we can get to 450 maybe in a couple of years. I don't want to grow too fast. Don't want to have any complaints, but it's cool to have a race in the 300 to 500 range. So to sign up, you go to Fenelon Falls turkeytrot.ca and click on the registration button and follow the links. All the participants get a race t-shirt, a finisher's medal, and some gorgeous food from local participants, local suppliers. We also have $2,200 of available cash for elite racers for the 5K and the 10K, and their name on an annual trophy. So to register, you go to Fenelon Falls turkeytrot.ca.
My name is Lisa Browning, and I'm the Education Coordinator of the Ontario Turtle Conservation Centre. And we're a registered charity, and we have a long-term rehabilitation centre for Ontario's native freshwater turtle species. And right now we're located at our new facility where we are being donated generously a property of land by Mary and Jerry Young to build our own facility. Right now our old location's on Shamong Road where we rent out the space there, but we've really just reached our max capacity with the amount of turtles that we've been getting in every single year, and that number increasing as the years go on. So this new property here will be able to house much more patient turtles and be able to expand on some of our conservation programs that we offer, such as our education program, our volunteer opportunities, our hatchling program, and of course house those patient turtles. So because we're a registered charity, a lot of our funding comes from individual donors. And a lot of our support is people in the community who want to help turtles and are willing to donate to support, which is amazing. And we have a capital campaign going on right now to raise money for our new build and our new facility. And if you would like to get involved in that, there are many different ways, and you can get more information on our website, which is ontarioturtle.ca. Originally, the Ontario Turtle Conservation Centre used to be called Kawartha Turtle Trauma Centre. So we were really reaching the turtles in the Kawarthas area. But since then, we have expanded to the province of Ontario. And so these patient turtles are coming from all over southern Ontario, even some of them from northwestern Ontario, such as Dryden, because there really isn't quite a facility like this in the province for the long-term rehabilitation that the turtles need to recover from their injuries. We're seeing turtles hit by cars all over southern Ontario, and they need help. And to get this help, since Peterborough can be quite far away for some people, we operate a lot through volunteers. And we have a system of volunteer turtle taxi drivers who will relay and meet up with each other to get the turtles to our facility from all over the province. So we're not just seeing them in the Kawarthas, we're seeing them from all over. And every year we're increasing our numbers as the awareness spreads. So we're inside the new build right now with construction underway. We're giving lots of updates on how the progress is going. Stay tuned on our social media accounts where we're actively posting these updates and where you can see the progress and our announcement about when you'll be able to come and visit when we're all settled in. Here we are in one of our buildings full of patient turtles. Behind me we have tanks and tanks of injured turtles who are recovering here. And I'm with a snapping turtle patient who came in this year. This turtle was snapping turtle 24327. and that means it came in the year 2024, and it was the 327th turtle that was admitted to our hospital. Now, this is a female snapping turtle, and we do get quite a few females, especially in June, when turtles are out trying to find somewhere to lay their eggs on land. And when they're out traveling to do this, they often have to cross roads, and this is when they're getting hit by cars. So they may not have even had a chance to lay their eggs before they were hit by that car. So not only are they in here recovering from their injuries, receiving treatment and pain medication, they may also lay their eggs here, and we can incubate those eggs so that we can give their babies a chance to survive as well. So this snapping turtle does have an injury to its top shell, its carapace. And this happens often with snapping turtles because they want to look intimidating to the car that is approaching them. So they will push up on all four legs and look very intimidating, but unfortunately, if that car were to straddle the turtle, their top shell gets scraped on the underside of the car. So we have a lot that are recovering from injuries like this one here. Snapping turtles can live to be 100 years old. So if you see one that's very big like this, it could be up there. It could be 80 years old. It could be approaching 100. It's hard to say for certain, but they do live a long time. And the bigger they are, the older they are. So this turtle has seen a lot and been through a lot. So it's nice that it's going to make a recovery and that we won't have lost it. And every single year, this turtle lays eggs. If it's a female, will lay egg every single year, and so is contributing to the population. So the adult turtles really make a big impact in their populations, and so that's why rehabilitating an adult turtle, it really does make an impact and greatly increase their population sizes, because they're the ones that have reached this point. They've lived so long and are keeping those numbers going. This snapping turtle on our x-ray showed to have 27 eggs, and she is currently laid 2, so we're still waiting for 25 more. We may induce her so that she lays those eggs because the turtles are under a lot of stress. They're not in their natural environment for laying those eggs, so we might have to induce them. We always say, even if you find a turtle who appears to have passed away, we still want to intake that turtle because we can even extract eggs from a dead turtle and still give those babies a chance. We raise those turtles, those hatchlings, at our facilities here after they have hatched. Normally they're with us for 1 winter so that they have time to grow, to be a bit of a bigger size, and then they're released in a wetland close to where their mom came from. The idea is that they will have better chances of survival in the wild, be able to avoid predators better, because normally hatchlings have only a 1% chance of survival in the wild. With all 8 of Ontario's native turtle species in decline and listed as a species at risk, we really need to help their populations and help those hatchlings have a better chance of survival. So we're going to head start them here. We'll be feeding them 3 times a week. We'll be giving them the proper nutrition and the heat lamps and light conditions that they need to grow, and then we'll return home again. So for the process of treating these patient turtles, we're really lucky to have a few permanent veterinarians on staff to treat their injuries who are experts in freshwater turtle rehabilitation. We have a hospital team, which includes a veterinarian, permanent vet techs, seasonal vet techs, and seasonal veterinarians, all working together to make this work possible. So the turtles can be in a couple different setups. They can be in some of these bigger tanks. They can be in Rubbermaid containers. A lot of them get a heat bulb and a UV bulb as well. Because turtles are reptiles, their temperature is very important to them, and we're trying to mimic the natural conditions that they would have in the wild. We're always looking for donations of 40-watt heat bulbs and of 13-watt UV bulbs. And we have an Amazon wish list on our website, ontarioturtle.ca. that you can check out that has a lot of these common items that we need listed on there. So we really rely on people not only donating monetary amounts, but also some of these common items that we use. And we also will post about this on our social media pages as well. So if you would like to become a turtle taxi driver or any of our volunteer opportunities, we're always looking for more help, and you can email our volunteer coordinator at volunteer@ontarioturtle.ca, and we'll send you more information from there. To be a turtle taxi driver, it's pretty simple. We will send out emails with locations of where injured turtles are in need of a ride. And if you have the availability, you can email us back, let us know your availability and which turtle you're thinking of doing, and we'll go from there.